Hello and welcome to another video. If you haven't guessed by now, we have committed to doing weekly videos, and look what else I have. A microphone. I've not figured out how to attach it, so I'm just holding it, and it has a really long wire. It's very strange, but hopefully you can hear me much better than usual. Hello to all our new subscribers. I'm sure a lot of you have come over from the indie project, so thank you Theo, and thank you for the solar powered battery bank. It has been an absolute game changer for us. I've been able to get so much more work done and put more time into editing videos, which is really nice. So I thought today we would talk a little bit about what our plan is, so that you kind of know what to expect over the next probably 5 years that this project's going to take us. So yeah, what our plan is with the land and the building, and yeah, just everything really. We do have some exciting exclusive news that we've not shared anywhere else yet. I'm actually going to go and find Iwan so we can tell you together. So I thought I would rope you in, so that we can tell our exciting news.
Our exciting news? Which exciting news?
I knew you were going to say that.
We have lots of exciting news.
About next door.
You mean about next door?
Yes, we are currently in the process
of buying next door.
Do you want to tell a bit of the story of why?
The long story or the short
Well,
story?
we'll do a proper video about it all and go into more detail. But so the basic reason...
We'll go basic reason. So, the basic reason is that our neighbour actually, on the deeds, owns a third of our house. As you do.
Yeah, which is...
So, it turns out that it's not possible to split the land, blah 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 blah. Again, we'll go into this in the future. So it turns out that the easiest way around it is for us to buy his whole property.
Which was in the long-term plan.
It was. It wasn't in the 12-month plan.
It wasn't in the 6-month plan.
Or the 6-month plan.
But yeah, that's currently what we're in the process of, which is exciting because we're also getting the adjacent plot of land, which is about how big?
I think it's just a bit bigger than we've got already.
So another just over 2,000. So we'll have an acre then.
Half a hectare. Just over half a hectare.
Which is exciting because one of our, well, more your big plan for the land is
plant a load more vines.
Making lots of wine.
Yeah, so we'll acquire another 40 or 50 vines, I think, and another 50 or 60 olive trees. So
yeah,
that's good news.
We're pretty happy about that. So
and another massive cork oak.
Yeah, it's cool. Beautiful.
We'll give you a proper tour when it's all completed.
Yeah. But yeah, that's exciting.
Yeah.
Frankie's being dramatic because we've not fed her yet. Yeah, so maybe I will start with the building. We've not just crashed. We've not shown too much of the building because it is quite a mess inside, because the neighbour still has all his hay in there. We'll hopefully be completing in the next couple of weeks, hopefully, though Portugal can be a little bit slow with these things, so it might take a little bit longer. But yeah, I'll show you a bit more of the building. We don't really have sort of a concrete plan, do we? We've just got lots of ideas.
A lime mortar plan.
But we'll share what our sort of loose idea is at the moment. So this is the main old building. So this is the one that's pre-1951 that is what's the word, excluded from a habitation licence? Exempt. So this is the reason we can actually live on the land. So it is a very old building. Our neighbour did tell us that it used to have a second storey.
Yeah, and that used to be the window.
Yeah.
So I imagine that was the window ledge.
Yeah.
The Portuguese are very small, so I imagine that would have been the top floor. Or the bottom floor, deceiving.
Yeah. But it'd be really nice to sort of remake that into a window bit. Do you think it was? Because they've then added that huge rock.
It does look like a newer block than the other.
Yeah. and they've concreted in. But anyway, obviously we will try and clear up the outside because there's bits of concrete sort of plastered all over it, and then we'll point it all and make it nice, and probably get a new door.
Veranda.
Yeah, we would love to put a big veranda.
Both of them.
Yeah. And we're just going to put the like insulated roof panels on, aren't we?
For now.
Do they have a proper name? That's a good enough name, isn't it? So I will show you inside. Also, check out my fancy chairs that I found by the bin. I'm going to upcycle them, and these lovely bottles. I found 6 of them. I just think they're beautiful. But yes, anyway, this is the barn. Do you know how big it is?
It's about 6 by 4.
6 by 4 metres.
I think 3 metres high on the left.
Yeah, so it's higher at the back there, and it's a little bit dark in here. But I'll do, once we've got it, we can empty it and we can show you better. But it needs a lot of work. The walls have got huge holes in, and some mice living in the holes. But I think it'll be really beautiful once we point it all up. There's been a hole knocked through here for another door for the neighbour, and I think we're actually going to keep that and make another door out into sort of like a little shaded area there, or I think eventually we might add on a bathroom.
Maybe.
We need to talk to the architect about what we can and can't do, because I don't think we can expand the floor surface area. Is that the right word? Too much, but we shall see. So we might be able to build up a bit as well, so we might go a bit higher, and then obviously put a new floor in, because currently it's just hay. I don't actually know what's underneath. I think it's just a dirt floor. We do talk sometimes about putting a flat roof on, that we could sit on, because we are in this sort of very enclosed space. We don't get a very good view of the sunrise and things like that, so if we sat on there we'd get a brilliant sunrise, but I don't know. So many possibilities.
So many.
You've got a really cool idea actually. If we had endless money with the well, yeah,
then extend over here, over the well, and put a glass cap on the well,
and
maybe make it a kitchen or something like that.
Yeah.
Sit on and light it from underneath.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Imagine having your dinner over top of a well. Can you tell Iwan likes climbing and adrenaline?
Quite expensive.
Yeah. But maybe we'll get 100,000 YouTube subscribers, and then we can do it. So this is our crazy cat Albi. We've adopted her here, and she's special. So this is the other building, which is just, I think it was like a animal shelter or something. So it's just half of the wall is the pre-1951 stone, and then the previous owner has added a breeze block wall. So I think this is considered like an agricultural support building. And so if you just had this building on the land, then I don't think you could actually sleep in it, but you can use it as sort of like a kitchen. I'm not 100% sure on this, but this is what we've learnt so far. So if you are looking, get advice from your lawyer rather than me. So we tried, because we're having to use this space currently, we've tried to make it as functional as possible, but there are a lot of big issues, like the floor is slowly degrading, the walls really need taking care of and pointing. I mean, we've even got a hole in the roof. When we first moved here in, it was the end of November, and the winter the rain would just come in through, so Iwan's filled in the holes up there with some spray foam, but we'll replace the roof in here because we think this might be that horrible asbestosy roof as well, so we'll have to be really careful when we remove it. But it also,
we did have to make another hole there.
Yeah, I was just showing the hole.
To take the snake out, well, we should try and scare the snake away.
Yeah, the reason there's a hole here is because there was a snake in our wall, which is another reason the walls really need doing.
We'll try and find the footage actually and put a little...
Yeah, if I can find it, I'll pop that in.
Yeah.
Are you sure that's not the poisonous one?
I hope it's not the poisonous one. You know, a hand for... That doesn't quite right, does it?
So... yeah, we'll be replacing the roof because this one does just, it gets so hot in the sun. It's
over
like
60 degrees.
Yeah, we've got a temperature gun and it was over 60, and it's very ugly as well. And then you've still got going out into the elements there. So yeah, we'll be replacing that. I think our current plan is just something quite simple, so just kind of keeping the structure as it is, and then maybe plaster the breeze blocks to make them a bit more aesthetically pleasing. But this will always be a kind of half outdoorsy kitchen space, I think. Yeah, but yeah, it would just be simply pointing the walls, changing the floor. I've got some ideas for this really beautiful like terracotta tile floors, and a new roof, and then that should be it really. And then obviously put in a proper kitchen and stuff. We do need to get a solar system, is that what you would call it? Solar power system. The cheapest sort of one that we found that's your basic level is about €5,000. So we're saving up for that at the moment and just finding a few stopgaps at the moment. So we've got this one panel here which we can charge a phone from. Obviously we've now got the one Theo's lent us, which we can charge the laptop from, and then we've got a small gas fridge which is crap. to be honest, it's about 20 degrees in there, but that's cold on a 40-degree day. But we are going to go look possibly today at this shop we found that might have other gas fridges, because fridges just use so much electricity, so you have to spend so much on the solar panels and batteries to charge a fridge. And then I think we won't ever get like a washing machine or anything. We just go to the laundrette here, which is really easy and means they have really big machines, so we just have to do laundry once a week, which is nice because I hate doing laundry. So currently the plan with up here is, well, we've got our lovely plunge pool now thanks to Nick. It does go down because we water the plants with it, and Frankie splashes around in it and things like that, so I do need to refill that, but that has been an absolute dream in these hot days. So thank you, Nick, because we were going to just knock it down because we didn't think we could repair it, and then he just did it so quickly and seamlessly, and now it looks amazing. It was this horrible grey thing before. And then we will be covering the well. You've booked someone to clean it, haven't you?
Maybe.
Yeah, for September, that's when it's at its lowest. And then the plan would be to cap it, because that stops the algae growing. This one's got so much algae in, and this would eventually be the water for our house. Let's see if I can show you. But yeah, it's a pretty big well. It's how deep is it?
About 7 or 8 meters.
Yeah, we had like a heavy weight on a rope so we could measure it. So yeah, we'll cap that, and then it will also be somewhere. I kind of don't want to cap it because I love them aesthetically, but
that's where the glass cap comes from.
But it is quite dangerous. So like, here's the walkway, and it's it's necessary to also stop the algae growth and keep it clean, because it will eventually be our drinking water once we filter it and have it tested. And then we'll keep the cabin for as long as it stands, or unless we get told to take it down, because it's supposed to be temporary building, but I don't think anyone is keeping tabs on that. And eventually I think that would just become my work studio. And it's very cute. I like it a lot. And then the bathroom is just in this wooden fencing here, so we just have an outdoor shower and a compost loo. We're completely off grid because, well, we're so far away from any services, so we have no choice but to be off grid.
It cost us about €1,000 to get electricity here.
No, I think it's like €1,000 per 100 metres.
Oh, is it?
So it would cost
10,000.
So yeah, we're having to be fully off grid, so we're finding all the systems. So I think we'll always have a compost loo, but we've been looking at like a flushable vermicomposting toilet. So it's as normal as a toilet is, but it's still composting, which is good anyway, because I think compost is going to save the world. But I think eventually we would put the bathroom, if we can, on the side of the building and have a bath with hot running water and a really nice shower, and then we'd keep an outdoor shower just because it's nice in the summer. So yeah, I think that is the plan we've got so far for the building.
The whole thing's changed with the idea of getting next door.
Yes, yeah.
So we'll fill you in on that when it happens.
Yeah.
Hopefully soon.
Yeah, but it's obviously put a huge dent in, well, it's taken our entire budget. Yeah, and then some. But that's fine, because we always knew this was going to be a slow project anyway. We're both still working, so we'll just have to save, and we're super comfortable here now as it is anyway, so it's just going to be slowly doing things.
The potential for monetising anything off the land, what with grapes or olives anyway.
Yeah.
So I suppose that's a good thing.
Yeah, Iwan's got lots of plans for making money off the land.
Having to learn lots quickly.
So yeah, so your plan is to have a functioning winery.
A full-on running winery in 5 years.
Yeah. So, bit of a story for you. When we first met, we were both working in wine.
In wine, yeah.
So that's why this is such an exciting prospect for us, because we love wine.
Make wine.
And we never thought we would have our own vines.
Yeah.
So now we do, and we're really into sort of, they call it natty wine.
Natural wine.
Mm-hmm.
Old school wine.
Yeah, so that's the method we're going to be going down.
At least to start with.
And then obviously we've got olive oil, but I think that's going to be mostly for our own use, or
yeah, maybe, we'll see.
Yeah, Iwan's family's got a tea shop, tea and coffee specialist back in North Wales. I will put the website in the description so you can go check it out, because it is amazing. And it's somewhere we could possibly sell our oil, but I'm also really interested in herbal medicine, so I'm going to try and grow things. Well, we've already got chamomile growing like a weed, and chamomile is a tea that they sell in the shop, so we will eventually hopefully be producing that here. And yeah, we just kind of, with the land, now we've got even more to look after. We just really want to make it as beautiful and abundant as it can be, plant lots of trees, really work with the sort of like how it would naturally be, I guess. Like,
yeah, or encourage it to be.
Yeah, and still work for us, so we're learning a lot. It's a long learning process.
Lots of experiments.
Yes, but yeah, I think that's it for the land. Have we got any other
pretty much
projects in mind?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Not off the top of our heads.
There probably is.
we literally sit every evening, we're like, what should we do about this? Oh, maybe we could do this. And it's really exciting to just have all that potential.
Just waiting for it to cool down now.
Yeah, we just can't do anything at the moment when it's so hot. So yeah, September we are so excited for. The weather looks like it's just like, it's autumn now, you don't have to suffer anymore.
There's rain.
Yeah, so then we'll be really getting into doing some of the projects at least. I think pointing the walls is going to be the first big one.
Stop the beasties.
And we need to insulate the cabin ready for the winter and put a log burner in. But yeah, that
Exciting
is
times.
our plans so far. That's what's to come on the channel. There's going to be lots about gardening. Oh, and I wanted to say thank you to Sian, Lucy, Otti and Lorna, who bought us coffees, or coffees. So we're going to go do a seed shop next week, and then I'll put that in next week's video. So yeah, thank you so much, and if you wanted to buy us a coffee, the link will be in the description. I think that's it. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to see more of our journey and follow these plans we have, then please feel free to subscribe. So yeah, bye.